The most important thing is consistency. Without it, we really can't get to anything that is appreciable by us or the people around us. But how do we get to a point where consistency is the norm? Essentially, breaking our off switch when it comes to the things that we know we need to get done. My name is Tarab. I make videos about emotional intelligence, leadership, spirituality every day. My mission is to inform those that are listening on ways to make sure that they're on a track that they actually appreciate in life, someplace that they respect going. And hopefully, if you're watching this video today, you've come across situations in life where consistency is not necessarily the easiest thing to come across. I know for me, on the weekends is the time when I break down my consistency. And most of the times, if I do stay consistent on the weekends, it tends to lead to a more favorable outcome during the week. And consistency doesn't always mean work, right? Consistency can mean the amount of love that we show ourselves, the amount of love that we show the people that we care about, whether or not we actually do the things that we're saying we're going to do. And all of these little factors play a major role in accomplishing those larger goals. Many of us are afraid to set these goals because of a lack of faith in ourselves. And so here, first and foremost, I would like to convince you to set these larger goals. Listen, this world really does need you, my friend. At the end of the day, each one of us has the ability to make the very most out of our lives, to somehow uplift those people around us. Whether it's through humor, whether it's through intellect, whether it's through the persistence that's required to build one day at a time. We have the ability to show that to other people. And really, all it comes down to is giving ourselves the credit, the love to say, hey, you actually do matter, my friend. So the first activity that I would always recommend is if you can wake up in the morning and tell yourself in the mirror 10 times consistently that you love yourself, I love you to the mirror, my friend, that's the first step. Really giving a shit about who you are, what you are capable of doing. Without that self-love, it's very, very difficult for us to persist and to actually find the value inside of us to say, perhaps I can set that larger goal, and perhaps I can make that difference in my own life. It's something that I did for months and months before I got to a point where I was consistently not even requiring that, but actually having that sense of love for myself. A lot of this time I spent trying to learn more about philosophies that I wanted to deepen. My understanding of power, my understanding of spirituality, my understanding of how to set goals and actually knock them out in smaller chunks so it's not so overwhelming. But really, consistency, that daily waking up, and that means Saturdays and Sundays too, and actually spending the time to show self-love, to show that you matter, you care to yourself. That was one of my first steps. The second one was delayed gratification. And this is a hard thing to come across in society as a whole. I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of different people, and delayed gratification is probably the most important thing to actually start to understand what love really is. I say this very authentically. Hopefully you can see that. Delayed gratification means that we put in the effort now to be good to ourselves in the future. How can we rationalize doing that when we don't even know if we're necessarily going to be alive tomorrow or if an opportunity is going to be available tomorrow? My philosophy on it is simple. If we set ourselves up to be in a very powerful position in life, a position where we're financially free, where we have the options to choose who we want to spend our time with and where we want to go, where we have the options of how we want to feel ideally over the course of a day. When we have those three things on, the chances of us getting those opportunities and making, in fact, opportunities that we actually value increase drastically. So to me, delayed gratification is simple. If I set myself up now to be that better human being for the future, the chances that more of these opportunities come along is going to be incredibly high. And that's really what all of this is about. It's trying to make sure that we love ourselves enough to set those goals, to create a more consistent flow of things that we actually want in our lives. And that requires us to sit perhaps in the darkness and think about, hey, what is it that I need to get done today to make myself feel better about my progress? What is it that I need to get done in a week, in a month, or in a year to make myself feel like it was all worth it? Well, the third thing that I wanted to say is appreciation of the now, gratitude. Gratitude is actually the opposite of the first thing that I was saying. Gratitude is actually making sure to realize that we are not the center of the universe. That it's okay to fuck up. That it's okay to not have all the answers. And it's okay to be a learner in life. The reason is because if we're okay with that, if we understand that the things around us happen with or without us, then we can start to look around and say, listen, this world is a really beautiful place. And there are some incredible human beings around us. There are some incredible creatures around us. I mean, when we zoom out more and more, we see the entire planet as an organism. It's an incredibly beautiful thing, existing in, frankly, a vacuum that perhaps doesn't even have that anywhere else. A gratitude to be alive at this point in time and to actually use the strategies, the technology, and the emotional intelligence required to navigate this time. We have so many tools at our disposal. Violence in human history has never been lower. There are more people living above the age of 40 than ever before. Technology has come into a place where things that would have taken literally years to do in the past take 10 seconds for us. We have supercomputers in the palm of our hands. And yet we spend so much of our time complaining rather than utilizing these amazing, amazing resources. The few of us that do decide to get beyond the complaining and actually do the work, we're the ones that actually reap all the benefits. So I say to you, without this gratitude, without this self-love, and without a consistency, my friend, it's going to be very, very difficult for us to feel any sort of major way about our futures, let alone what we're doing right now, right here, with the people that we love most. But the key of it all is to find that balance over time, to pursue that harder thing, to hit a wall, come back, recuperate, and then pursue that harder thing from a different direction, a different mentality, a different momentum. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. In fact, I would highly recommend not doing it alone. It makes it all the more fun and all the more satisfying when there are people that we care about that are with us on this journey. And that we can help build each other up when circumstances aren't seeming so great. That camaraderie is also human. So find those people. Find that consistency, find that self-love, whatever it takes. If it takes a week, go for it. If it takes a month, go for it. If it takes a year, go for it. Just one step at a time. Consistency, my friend. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself. If you made it to this point in the video, you know what to do. Smash that thumbs up button and let me know how you go about approaching your consistency. Perhaps I can help solve some issues. Take care.